Hey, Miss Crouch.
Ah,
How are you today?
I've been better, but I guess I'm okay today.
Okay. Well, my name's Lauren, and I'm one of the social workers here at the Cancer Center. We also do infusions in our upstairs department. Can you tell me what's going on with you? What's brought you in here today?
Well, I was diagnosed back in 2001 with multiple sclerosis, and I've done really good for like 10 or 15 years, and all of a sudden, last year or so, I started having more problems. I started getting numb and tingling, and I couldn't feel my left side of my body, and they said it was just a bad MS flare-up, and it put me in the hospital, and the doctors had to tell me that I was doing it to myself because I wasn't taking medications, and they wanted me to get on a treatment regimen to try and help with the MS flares, but it's so expensive. The medication that they said that I need to be on is $16,000 a month, and I just don't know that I can afford it. I mean, I've already been off work and lost my job because of being so sick, and my kids at home. I just don't know how I'm going to handle it or what I can do. Is there anything y'all can do to help me?
I'm so sorry that you're going through this right now. That must be so tough for you.
It's really hard, but it's hard on my family. I'm more worried about them than I am myself and my own health because I want to be able to provide for them, and I know that I can't do that if I'm not a well person. So I really need some help to get well again for them.
Well, there's definitely some options we have here to help you, but first I want you. I don't want the economic aspect of this to be the thing that's getting you upset. You need to worry about your health, and I don't want you seeing those dollar signs. And I realize that we're human, and that's going to stress you out, Miss Crouch. But in the long run, I want you to spend time with your family and to take care of yourself. Okay? I hear you saying you're worried about them and not about you.
Right.
And I can tell that you really care about them, and they're really lucky to have you as their mom.
Thank you.
So, if you could, tell me a little bit about your family. How many kids do you have?
Well, I have one child of my own that I birthed, and I have 3 stepchildren also that I've raised.
Okay.
So, the oldest 2 are out, but the other 2 are still at home, and they're going to school, and we're just trying to make it by and be able to provide them what they need.
So, well, sounds like you got your hands full, and you've had them full for a long time.
I have. I really have.
Okay. So, you told me that you had been laid off your job due to you not being able to work. So, how long ago did you stop working?
It's been almost 6 months now.
6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
So before that 6 months, when was your last check? Like prior to that, were you on like FMLA or anything prior to that, or was it just like 6 months ago you quit receiving money from them?
I stopped receiving money about 6 months ago. Prior to that, I did have FMLA leave, and I've been with my employer for several years, so I did have some time built up for FMLA. So they were able to provide coverage for me and give me my regular paycheck for like 6 weeks, but then it eventually ran out, and they had to find somebody else to cover for me because they couldn't just keep waiting and holding the position, so I couldn't really blame them. But here I am now without any income coming in, and just having to depend on my husband to bring home some money.
Okay. Now, if you don't mind me asking, now this is not me being nosy, Miss Crouch. This is for our charity application process. How much does your husband make?
Well, my husband, he has more of a self-employed type job, so he lays carpet. So sometimes he may bring home $500 a week, and sometimes $600, and then some weeks he may not have $200. So we can't ever really tell. It depends on how busy the actual carpet stores he works for are. So I really can't count on any specific amount of money coming in at any given time.
Okay. So do y'all have a bank account?
We do have a bank account.
Okay. So what I'm going to do for you is I have a charity application I'm going to give you, okay? And it's got a list of things, and this list can be overwhelming. It's a lot of different things. I'm going to need you to gather them for me. to the best of your ability. And I'm going to turn them into our charity office. Well, it's actually our business office, and they do our charity paperwork.
Okay.
And what that'll do is they're going to see how many people are living in your home.
Right now, there's 4 of us living there.
4, and you're all living off his income?
Yes.
Okay. So based off what you're telling me, you're more than likely going to qualify for the charity program that we have here, okay? But I'm not going to make any promises because, like I said, they're the ones that have to verify that. But I do know you'll qualify for our patient assistance program.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, I can. Okay. So our patient assistance program, what that does is on the days that you receive treatments for your MS, since you're getting the infusions, like you said, is on the days that you come to get those, we'll be able to actually give you a $25 gas card to help you pay for gas.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd help.
Yeah, so how far away do you live from here?
I live about 40 minutes. It's about a 40-minute drive.
Okay, oh yeah. So that'll help just a little bit.
Yeah.
So we can get that set up. What I'll need for that is I'll need a bank statement or either a letter of support, which since it's your husband's income and since he's self-employed, he's not getting paid by a specific check per week, right?
Right.
Okay, so give me a bank statement.
Okay.
Flat for 3 months.
3 months
okay?
worth? Okay.
3 months of bank statements.
I think I can do that.
Okay, and then I'll be able to give you a gas card on your treatment days. You'll have to come in here with me, and you'll have to sign for it.
Okay, do I need to bring anything special when I come, or just that bank statement ahead of time?
Just that bank statement the first time to get you signed up, and then every time after that, you just have to tell me your name, and you'll have to sign for it every additional time. Okay? Now, as far as the charity process goes, to get that, what you're going to need is, do y'all file taxes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You're going to need your last W-2 that was filled out, okay? And I'm going to highlight that here on this page.
Okay.
Okay. Then you're also going to need, do y'all own any property?
Well, we own our house, but we're making payments on it. We've got a mortgage. Does that matter, or?
The people at the business office are going to be more equipped to answer that. But if I were you, I'm going to highlight it right here. And then on this back page of the charity application process, it says like what your home is worth.
Oh, okay.
Instead of turning in a deed or anything like that, just estimate what you think your house would be worth. You don't have to actually get it appraised, just an estimate of what you think it would be worth, okay?
Okay.
Also, so he's not making paychecks. Have you applied for Medicaid yet?
I have applied for Medicaid.
You have?
I haven't heard anything, though, because it's just been, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. How long? I don't know how long it typically takes, but it's been about 3 weeks, I guess.
Okay. Well, it's different amounts of time. They can be really slow, and I know it's a headache dealing with them. Typically, we require a Medicaid denial letter because if you get approved for Medicaid, you won't need charity because they're going to cover your treatment.
You mean they could go back and cover my medical stay from my last hospital visit?
Yeah, sometimes Medicaid will go back, so it just depends on what they choose to do. Yeah, so it depends on what type of Medicaid you get.
So that's a possibility.
It is a possibility.
Oh, great. Good. That would be helpful.
But regardless, we're going to continue filling this charity application out regardless.
Okay.
But we're just going to put that you have applied for Medicaid, okay? Have you applied for disability yet?
I have not. I'm supposed to go next week and talk to them about what the steps and the processes are for it, but I'm really not sure what all that entails. So I'm really kind of nervous about it, but I'm hopeful that maybe that might help if I could get on disability. But my sisters told me before that even if I get on disability, I wouldn't get Medicare coverage until after like a year or so after, so I still might not qualify for everything I need.
Yeah, so with Social Security disability, what it is you'll get a check, but you won't be eligible for Medicaid for 2 years.
Oh.
So it's really kind of confusing, but
yeah.
That's why we have things in place like charity applications and patient assistance, because some of these things just don't add up. Some of the systems that we have in place in the state of Mississippi aren't always the best, but that's why, they come about, and there's new leadership and new things come in place, and we just have to roll with the punches. Unfortunately, that's how it comes about.
Okay.
So,
Great.
Okay.
Maybe one of them will turn out for me. Hopefully.
Well, we'll definitely hope so. Because I don't want the financial burden of this to be worrying on you. And hey, if you don't get approved for charity, the worst case scenario is that you work out a payment plan based on how much you can afford to pay per month.
So the hospital will work with me to do that?
They will.
Okay.
So you're not going to have to
They won't
pay.
take my home and everything, but away from my kids or anything like that, will they?
No.
Okay. I was worried so much about that.
If you can only pay $10 a month, at least you're sending something in. Okay?
So it's any effort we make in trying to cover that cost is okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, in terms of the payment plan, they'll set that up with you based on what your income is, what they think you can afford, things based on your past statements and everything like that, if you're not approved for charity. But even if you're not approved for full charity, the hospital also offers partial charity.
Oh.
So you might be
Something.
able to qualify for that, too. Okay?
Good.
All right. Now, your husband is living with you, and you're not having any other form of support right now, correct? Just his check? Okay, so I'm going to put not applicable on support letter because you don't need a letter of support if he's the one that's doing that. Okay? As far as everything else goes, I think we've covered what's needed for the charity application. Now, on this page, this is the actual page that you're going to have to fill out yourself.
Okay.
This is just your personal information, your social security number, and your address and everything. This is the application page itself. Okay, so it'll need to be filled out before I can get it over to the business office with all this other documentation. And I'll send it all over at the same time, okay? And if it's easier for you, since for this charity application process you have to bring in the 3 previous months' bank statements, that's what you have to have for the patient assistance fund as well. If you want to bring that in at the same time.
So do I bring it in to see you, or do I mail it in, or?
Whatever's easier for you.
Okay.
I'm going to actually give you my business card. I don't even have it on me right now, but I'm going to get you one out of my desk. My desk is actually over there. It's at desk number 4 where you check in at.
Okay.
I'm actually filling in this office right here right now.
Okay.
But I'll walk you out when you're on your way out, and I'll give you my card, and it's got my email and my fax on it.
Okay.
So if you want to email me, you can email it to me, you can fax it to me, or you can come by and drop it off. So whichever's easier for you.
I think I've got a doctor's appointment next week, or do you work all during the week? Could I just drop it by next week, so maybe?
Yeah, so I work Monday through Wednesday, but you can drop it off any day that you have an appointment because there's going to be a social worker here
just
or
leave
other
it for
staff.
Lauren at the front desk, and that's fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
That'll be
I'll do
perfectly
that.
fine.
Okay.
So, with all that being said, I have one more thing I want to get you to do. I have this form, and I'm going to get you to sign it. And what this is it allows me to try to get your medicine at a discounted rate. And it's saying that it's like some of the drug manufacturers work with people that are uninsured, and it's saying I can give them your financial information, and I can pretty much talk with them for you and advocate to get you some of your medicines at a cheaper, free, or reduced rate. Okay? Would that be okay with you?
That would be great.
Okay, so if you sign right there, I can work to do that too as well after you leave here.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Do you have any other questions right now?
Not that I can think of right now, but I'm sure I'll come up with something to ask because there's just so much to do and so many different things, and it just overwhelms me and it just bogs me down, to be honest with you. But I'm going to try my best to do it and pull it all together for you. But I appreciate you giving me your phone number and everything so I can call you with questions. That'll be a help.
I know you're going through a lot right now. I want you to know that we're here for you, and I'm here for you.
Thank you.
And if you need somebody to talk to, you can always reach out to me. You can call me, and I'm here. Even if it's not about financial information, if you just need somebody to listen to you, I know you got a lot going on if you need to vent.
Thank you.
Okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time today, Miss Lauren.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And you be careful going home. And you have a happy Thanksgiving,
You do the
okay?
same. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.